In a quiet valley hidden between silver mountains, there was an ancient forest called Moonlight Forest. During the day, the forest looked ordinary, with tall trees, colorful flowers, and singing birds. But at night, when the moon rose high in the sky, the leaves glowed like tiny stars, rivers sparkled like glass, and magical creatures quietly wandered beneath the shining light. Deep inside this enchanted forest lived a little deer named Luma. Unlike the other deer, Luma was very small and gentle. Her fur was soft brown with tiny white spots that looked like drops of moonlight. She had bright, curious eyes and a kind heart, but she was afraid of almost everything. The older deer often told stories about brave animals who protected the forest from danger. Luma loved listening to those stories, but she never imagined herself becoming brave. Whenever she heard strange noises in the dark, she hid behind bushes or ran back home to her mother. One evening, the moon appeared larger and brighter than ever before. A cool silver glow spread across the forest, and the trees whispered softly in the wind. The animals gathered near the crystal pond for the Moon Festival, a special celebration that happened only once every 100 years. Owls sang beautiful songs from the branches above. Rabbits danced in circles. Fireflies floated like tiny lanterns through the air. Even the shy foxes came out to celebrate. Luma stood quietly beside her mother, watching the magical festival with wonder. Suddenly, the ground trembled. The music stopped. The wind became cold. From the far side of the forest came a deep roaring sound that echoed between the trees. "The shadow beast," whispered an old owl fearfully. The animals gasped. Long ago, the shadow beast had tried to cover the forest in darkness, but the moon spirit sealed it away beyond the mountains. Now it seemed the creature had returned. A thick black mist slowly crept between the trees, swallowing the moonlight wherever it touched. Flowers closed their petals. Fireflies lost their glow. Panic spread through the crowd. "We must hide!" cried the rabbits. "The forest is doomed!" shouted the foxes. The animals quickly scattered in fear. Luma's heart pounded. Every part of her wanted to run home and hide forever. But as she turned, she noticed something strange near the crystal pond. The pond was no longer shining. At its center floated a small silver flower, slowly fading into darkness. "The moon blossom," whispered Luma's mother. "If its light disappears completely, the forest will lose its magic forever." Luma stared at the dying flower. She remembered the old stories her grandmother once told her. The moon blossom could only survive if someone carried moon water from the top of Moonlit Hill before midnight. But Moonlit Hill stood deep inside the darkest part of the forest, near the shadow beast itself. "No one can go there now," said the animals nervously. The bravest wolves lowered their heads. Even the strong bears looked frightened. Luma felt small and weak among them. Yet, when she looked at the fading flower again, something inside her changed. "If nobody goes," she said softly, "the forest will die." The animals stared at her in shock. "You're only a little deer," said a fox. "It's too dangerous," warned the owl. Luma trembled with fear, but she took a deep breath. "Maybe," she replied, "but I have to try."